back to HM and Big E after another brief hiatus. Yes. We are back, and I'm excited for this video, but we're going to be talking about our top movies of 2022.
Yes.
What do you think about 2022 as a year for movies?
I felt a little bit sparse. I don't know if that's the word. I didn't feel like there was, maybe the year before it was just
we had a lot
of movies, and it was like hard to pick. But even doing this top 5 list, either I didn't see it because it was not talked about and I didn't know about it, or I was really a little bit more into TV shows this year, to be honest.
Okay, and so we'll do a video on that next.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm looking at my list here. And then other questions right before we jump in. How many crossovers do you think we'll have of our 5?
1.
I think we'll have 2.
Okay.
I think we'll have 2.
Do we want to do honorable mentions?
Yeah. Let's. I also have dishonorable mentions.
Oh, okay, I should have done this one. Why don't you start with super dishonorable mentions? I can comment because I've seen probably
my 3 dishonorable mentions. Which
okay.
I don't know if you've seen this first one, but it was one of the movies that we trashed on our channel earlier on. Was The Bubble. Netflix's The Bubble.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Awful. The next one was one of our more viewed reviews. Our 6-second review of Jurassic World Dominion.
Okay.
Dishonorable mention. And then finally, this last one, we were just talking about this before we started filming. Triangle of Sadness is on my dishonorable mentions list.
I mean, those
such hype, and it didn't work for me at all.
I wouldn't say it's dishonorable for me. Certainly not a top 5, top 10, top 20 list at all. I think it was rather bland. It was okay, and I think it was heavy-handed, but it wouldn't make my dishonorable list.
All right, so let's switch into positive. Honorable mentions, what do you have?
All right, I'll go through real quick. Turning Red.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know if we're going back and forth.
No, just go. I mean, how many do you have?
I have 5.
Yeah,
okay,
go.
I had Tar.
Okay.
Tar on there. I have a movie that you did not see and never care to see, The Northman.
I did see it.
Okay, well,
I did see it.
It's an honorable mention.
I'm surprised it's not on your top 5.
No, it's not a top 5.
Okay, yeah.
The Black Phone.
Oh, I didn't watch
which is a suspense horror movie. Yeah. And Prey.
Oh, wow, that got into your honorable mentions.
Yeah, honorable mentions. Again, I don't know if it's because I didn't watch enough of, things. We watch a lot of movies. I just couldn't really pick top 10 this year. It was hard.
Yeah, 10 would have been very difficult this year. So we've done top 5. Yeah. My honorable mentions are Glass Onion.
Okay.
Did not make my top 5, but I really enjoyed the movie. The ending kind of took a bit of a dive, but I enjoyed the movie as a whole. And then The Batman is an honorable mention for me. There's 2 movies that I haven't seen that I think I've been seeing on people's lists, but I don't think would make my list, is Avatar. I haven't seen that yet. I don't think that would make my list. I heard it was a decent movie. But
it's a decent movie, but not a top 10.
One that might have made a top 5 that I haven't seen yet is The Whale, which I heard.
Oh, yes. I'm looking forward to watching that. So, yes.
Perhaps we'll cover that when we do our Oscar review.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be there. Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive right in. Top 5 movies of 2022. Gonna start? Number 5. What do you have?
Well, I don't know. It's going to spoil what you're going to say, but it's Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yes.
Right. It's definitely a strong contender. I know you love this movie. I liked it too a lot. There's so many moving pieces, but it works well. It's so different. I can see why the nominations are coming in, and even
the wins
are coming in, because if you scroll back all the way to our review of it, we said that if it moves into this kind of nomination category, it's going to win.
Yeah, if people haven't forgotten about it.
That's right. And, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the movie has passed by, but because this movie is getting the acclamation it rightly deserves, I suspect it's going to win quite a few awards. It already has, and the Oscar noms have not come out.
And then I think the Daniels won at the Critics' Choice Awards or whatever, and they were like dedicating this movie to like their immigrant parents.
That's right.
Like the whole story, the package just works so well for it.
And we hadn't mentioned that before. I don't know how you feel, but as part of an immigrant family, that's why Turning Red as well. It makes my top 10 because there's that feeling of this. I get this movie in a deeper kind of way that maybe someone who's not from an immigrant family might not get. Like I really and I said this before. I really liked the first 20 minutes of this movie.
Yeah.
Where they're setting up the characters and her life and
before it goes
crazy. But that's sort of the genius of it, right? So why don't you talk about it?
I mean,
I
not
don't
to
know if
spoil it. I'll probably talk about it later.
Okay, fine.
But you think that's our only one crossover? That's actually surprising.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, my number 5.
Sure.
I know it's a movie that didn't work quite as well for you. Is The Menu.
Ooh, yes.
The Menu is my 5th. This dark comedy thriller. I wouldn't say horror, but there's parts where it's a little bit gory. But I thought it was excellent. I knew kind of very little going into it. I mean, the shots of the food was delicious.
I wanted to eat all that food.
Yeah, I'll go to that restaurant. And eat that.
I wanted to eat all the food. That's what I said. Maybe that's the point, though. Yeah.
And then I thought the performances were very strong. And I mean, as a commentary on kind of class and that kind of stuff, I thought this was the opposite of Triangle of Sadness. This was so much more effective in telling that message. I thought it was more creative in telling it, less gratuitous. I thought this was an excellent movie.
I felt it reminded me a little bit of Glass Onion in the sense that it's located in one location and it doesn't have explosions or anything, but it's really about an ensemble cast interacting in one space, and I enjoyed it a lot as well. It didn't make my top 5, but I will give you that it is a good movie. Yeah.
Actually, one other point I want to say about this is I was reading a bunch of stuff and watching videos afterwards. They were saying a lot of this movie was basically improvised.
Okay.
And this is how, you see that a lot, especially in comedies. A lot of this movie was improvised, and it's usually just terrible.
It's terrible.
It's usually just people spitting out completely random, unrelated jokes and just trying to go for cheap laughs. But they were saying that they filmed it more like a play, where even though they were just saying getting Nicholas Hoult and Anya Taylor-Joy's table, every other actor was actually sitting at their tables and acting, and there were cameras on all of them to just get their reactions and just kind of behind the scenes stuff as the other characters interacting. So that kind of improvisation, and so that's how you do improvisation.
Sure.
In a movie set.
Obviously this has a strong cast. The acting is really good. Ralph Fiennes, he's almost always on point in his acting.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a very good movie. The only thing I perhaps didn't love about the movie was and maybe that is the point. It really goes kind of crazy, at the end, and to me a little bit of unbelievability. Right, but I mean, I know that they're making that point. Yeah.
Okay, number 4.
Number 4 for me is The Batman. So it's on your honorable mention list. Yes. Obviously, people know I love The Batman. He's my favorite superhero. So to see a movie where they take a different spin on him, and they it's a great movie. Matt Reeves proves again to be a strong director. Robert Pattinson, I knew it from the beginning was going to be a good Batman. I really don't have too much to criticize. I'd like to see where they're going to take this movie.
Yeah, I mean,
this franchise.
I still remember and can still picture the first 5-10 minutes of the movie where they're playing with the shadows and that kind of stuff, and just the atmosphere. Great movie. On my honorable mention.
I mean, everything for this movie clicks for me because I like that kind of suspense thriller cop psychological drama. I mean, everything works. I think the casting is really amazing. Colin Farrell does a crazy job as a Penguin.
He's getting a spin-off.
Yeah, he's getting a spin-off.
Movie.
I think it's a show. It's like a limited HBO run or something like that. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing. They're, I think, in the process of developing the next Batman. Right. So we'll see. Yeah, but amazing movie. Yeah, good movie.
My number 4 is, I believe, a crossover.
Okay.
It is Top Gun Maverick.
Okay, yes. Sorry, I forgot about that. It's going to be on my list.
This is a movie that doesn't break any new ground, but does everything it does kind of with such excellence.
Yes.
And it's just seat-gripping action, kind of in that traditional sense. Watching it in IMAX like we did, with the huge sounds as the planes roar by, it's a very good movie. Again, plot-wise, it's nothing particularly special. Even the character development, nothing particularly special. But man, those actions.
It's Tom Cruise at his most Tom Cruise-iest.
It's totally at his Tom Cruise-iest.
Cruise-iest.
This is, I mean, I think this could have been another entry in a Mission Impossible, and it's just kind of the same kind of thing. It's just him.
Exactly. I think the factor is that people thought, how are they going to make a sequel to this movie? It's been 34 years.
How could it possibly be good?
Exactly, which is what you predicted. And I had a little bit of my doubts too. I was expecting probably a B or passable. Because a lot of movies have been in that vein, but. It works. It fires on all cylinders, literally, and it really gives everybody what they're kind of looking for in a great action sequel.
Yes. So that's my number 4, Top Gun Maverick.
Yes.
Now we're into the top 3 rarefied territory. Top 3 movie. Your top 3rd movie of 2022.
Okay, I'll just say right from the beginning that these could a bit interchanged,
Sure.
you know, because they weren't like, to me, it wasn't the top 5 were huge standouts in terms of the distance between the two. But I would say it's Nope by Jordan Peele.
Oh.
Nope by Jordan Peele.
Oh.
Neo-Western, suspense, cowboy.
I love Westerns.
I do love Westerns, so and again, I'm partial.
For Westerns.
I'm a partial, I'm partial for Westerns.
Yeah.
But again, to me, Jordan Peele shows that he's got directing chops.
Yeah.
He knows how to tell a story. The timing is good. World building is very good. I mean, to me, he's sort of groundbreaking in the sense that he is shoving a lot of genres into one movie and somehow making it work. There is comedy in this. There's suspense. There's a little bit of horror. There is drama in this, and it somehow blends together to be this neo-Western. So,
do you like it more than his other movies?
to be honest, I haven't seen his other movies.
Neither have I. I'm not a big horror guy, so I haven't seen it.
I heard they were excellent.
I heard the first one, especially Get Out, was excellent.
Exactly. So I need to go back and watch these movies. I'm surprised I haven't, but I think this one just captured my attention because it's a Western.
I'm really surprised. Yeah, Nope. Okay.
Yeah, Nope is good. It's a strong movie for me, and I don't want to spoil it, but it really touches on themes that, I mean, again, with the triangle sadness, you're trying to say this is trying to hit something and doesn't. This one, I think, does an effective job of hitting the theme that he wants to hit in a very creative way.
Excellent. Nope. My number 3 is was just released, I think, last month on Disney Plus. The Banshees of Inisherin. This has been getting a lot of awards already. I heard it was very critically acclaimed. I knew nothing about it going into it. I've actually been doing that more recently, just watching movies, having seen no trailers, no nothing, and even in my next movie that I'm going to talk about. But I knew nothing about going into it, and when I saw it, I was like, wait, is that Colin Farrell? Because he looks sort of... Colin Farrell's been picking very interesting roles.
And he's proven that he's a very strong actor.
Yeah.
Brendan
Gleeson.
Gleeson is also a very good actor, and he's been in a lot of critically acclaimed stuff. Not big blockbusters, but the two of them have that kind of... what do you call that? The chemistry works together. They've been in the other movie together, right?
Right. Yeah, they have. And so this was kind of a reunion for them and the director. But I thought this was a very good movie. This is the type of black comedy that kind of like works for me, I feel. And we were just talking as well that like black comedies are very hit and miss. Like it, depending on your sensibility, depending on your type of humor that you enjoy, black comedy isn't one umbrella term that can kind of fit all of it. And so this one worked really, really well for me. I really enjoyed it. It's my third best movie.
It makes a lot of top 20, top 10 lists.
Yeah.
Even top 5 lists.
I mean, I think, jumping ahead a bit, for Oscar predictions, and right now, it's between him and Brendan Fraser. For best actor.
Okay.
Is kind of the main contentions, it seems. But honestly, Colin Farrell was so good. Like, completely, sort of like unrecognizable, not just in terms of looks. I mean, he looks a little bit different, but just his behavior and his mannerisms, he was able to change into a very different kind of character.
I'm really impressed with him lately.
Yeah.
He's been doing a string of...
I know you haven't seen this movie. I would encourage you to check it out.
I was going to watch it last night, but got too late. But okay.
All right, number 2.
Number 2 is a Korean movie, Decision to Leave, which I just watched.
Yes.
Decision to Leave. And I did not know anything going in, but it proves to be a very deep movie. If you just watch it for face value, you might just miss all the finer details. I think I need a second rewatch. And I would say it's a masterclass in cinematography and visual subtext.
Yes.
Would you say that? Visual, where they're telling a story without saying anything.
Yeah.
And it's in the way the camera moves, the way the camera pans, the colors, the visuals. Every shot is pretty much non-wasted.
Yes.
They are trying to tell a story and telegraph some things thematically. So it's a very unique movie. And of course, it is a little bit of a procedural cop drama, a little bit of like a romantic story, I know, without giving anything away, but I think it's a very understated good movie.
This movie just slipped my mind, basically. I watched it, and actually I was watching it again yesterday. I just started it with my wife.
Yes.
And she's like, I figured it's just a really captivating movie, and I totally agree with you. Every scene, every shot composition is so deliberate.
Right.
The way they frame everything, the lighting, the way exactly it is, it's such a beautiful movie. Like, even if you turn subtitles off and I didn't understand it, like, it's just, it's so beautiful to look at. And like, I was reading after my first watch through, and now in my second watch through, I'm noticing a lot of there's a lot of interplay between blues and greens,
exactly,
which is a big theme of the movie, as well as
mountains and sea.
Anyway, and they set that up even really, really early.
Yeah, it needs beautiful movie. That second watch to pick up those things.
This is definitely on my honorable mention. I could retroactively put it in. It might even bump off something, but maybe not. Maybe not. It was a good movie, really good movie, really good movie.
Good movie.
It's my number 6, maybe.
Okay, yeah, and I'm glad some of the foreign movies are getting critical acclaim, and even people watching it. So I'm really glad. A few years ago, Parasite won, and now we're getting this movie. I'm not sure is going to win a ton of awards, but it definitely is on top lists as a solid movie.
Again, cinematography, beautiful.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah.
My number 2 is a movie that was on your honorable mention. Is Tar.
Oh, okay.
And again, this is a movie that I did not watch any trailers for.
Yes.
I just saw the movie poster. I knew it was getting a lot of buzz, and they said Cate Blanchett was great. I love Cate Blanchett. She's great in generally everything as well.
Everything.
And so I kind of went into it. The movie poster, I don't know if you
yes.
It's her in this epic pose as a composer, and you just... And in the first 30, 45 minutes, I thought it was just kind of that. It's a slice of life about, the high pressure life of this larger than life composer of an orchestra. Mm-hmm. But then the movie actually takes a pretty quick turn, and things start happening faster and faster, and stuff happens as she approaches kind of this pinnacle of her career in conducting Mahler's Fifth Symphony. Yeah. And it didn't go where I expected, but I was captivated for the entire thing. Her performance was so good. Her performance alone is basically why it's up here.
I would be surprised if she did not either get a nom or win this category.
I mean, she's obviously going to get a nom.
She's going to get a nom.
And the question is whether she'll get it or Michelle Yeoh is. That seems to be, they're the two front runners. At the Globes, at the Golden Globes, they split it into musical comedy, and drama.
Yes.
And so they both won.
Yes.
And so at the Oscars...
It's going to be that, it's the same with the Colin Farrell thing. Where it's someone who's done a string of amazing movies, and they deserve to win, and then there's also I wouldn't say an underdog, but someone who's kind of off the radar a little bit.
Right.
And are they going to win, get that feel good moment? But Cate Blanchett is amazing in this movie, and she, some of the line delivery is out of this world in terms of the length and the way she does it.
Early long
different languages that she uses. So this movie alone is worth watching, as she is basically, it's a character study. Definitely. Is what I would say, right?
It's a 3-hour character study.
It's a 3-hour character study. But it's shot nicely as well. Yeah. And there's so many, it's one of those movies probably needs a second watch to see all the little things that he's doing, all the tricks he's pulling. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so here we are. Top movie of the year. Oh, then we know what yours is, and we know what mine is. All right, go ahead. Your top movie of 2022 is...
Well, of course, it's been a gloomy, depressing, few years for life and for movies. So I needed to pick something that's just going to lift and soar my spirits. So, of course, it's going to be Top Gun Maverick.
Very good.
And so we've discussed it enough. I just think out of all the movies I've seen, this one brought me the most joy. I mean, all these other movies were great character studies. Some were depressing.
Yes.
But Top Gun Maverick is what I think the movie, the cinema and the movies need and life needs right now, which is a kind of optimistic, joyful movie.
Yeah, when you think about kind of that entertaining movie-going experience.
That's right.
This is it. This is it. So Top Gun Maverick is your... And mine, no surprise, as we talked about, is Everything Everywhere All at Once. This movie, the comedy just hits completely right for me. I know the comedy could have been off-putting for some, kind of that wacky comedy, but that hit well. The creativity went well of the multiverse stuff. In a year where Marvel put out a movie called Multiverse of Madness, this was a way better multiverse movie than that. And the characters worked well, the story, the emotional family beats, which is what you like most of that, all worked. Everything was great for me. This is kind of one of my favorite movies, not even of the year, of the 5-10 years, maybe of all time. It's getting up there in the top.
Wow.
So this really works for me. I really, really like this movie. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Good. Another very, very excellent movie. So at least our top two, we overlapped.
We overlapped on the top one. Yeah. Well, yeah. They were repeats, crossovers.
Exactly. I'm glad. Yeah.
Yes. So we have some different tastes, but good movies are good movies.
Yes.
Good movies.
Yes.
All right. Any closing thoughts for our top movies of 2022?
No, I'm looking forward to 2023. Hopefully there will be some more. I just felt this year was a little bit ups and downs. I don't know. Something about it.
Maybe we'll put out a video for top anticipated for 2023.
Sure, yeah.
And then at the end of the year, we can correlate that back.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for 2022. Outside of this top 5, again, maybe with adding Decision to Leave as top 6, I think it would be very difficult for me to come up with 7 to 10, kind of as you were saying.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a great year of movies. We didn't get a great slew of really good movies. We got a few that were excellent, and then a lot of middling stuff.
Yep.
And then Jurassic World was down here.
Made a lot of money, though.
A lot of money. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. Until next episode, where we'll talk maybe about the best of other things and Oscar stuff coming up and predictions for 2023. Maybe keep watching this channel, please.
Please like and subscribe to this channel. I don't know why I even bother saying it, but please do if you can.
Please, we're approaching 100. Yeah. We're very excited. All right,
but we're having fun.
All right.
Hope you have fun too.
All right, bye.